reached Samaritans. We'll be with you as soon as we possibly can. Please stay on the line. We're here to offer you emotional support, whatever you're going through. We're putting you through to a volunteer now.
Hello, you're through to Samaritans. Can I help you?
Oh, good evening, madam. My name is Howie. I was just talking to one of your colleagues, and the line just suddenly dropped off. And I was about to read to your colleague the letter that my assistant was writing as a safeguarding referral to the council.
Right.
Because
right.
the letter might explain things better than me. But essentially, my guardian has had a mental breakdown, and it's very difficult looking after a guardian if you're brain injured. It takes a lot of resources, and there's no training for guardians in the whole of the world. I cannot find any training for my guardian to be able to deal with my brain injury.
Can I just say, how you're breaking up? It's not a good line.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder if that's what happened with my colleague before, maybe.
No, I don't. I was in that place. I think I was quite in the open. I'll head back in the opposite direction, and hopefully the signal will improve. But I hear you very clearly. I don't know. Is it improving at all?
Maybe if you just, can you stay in one place?
To stay in one place.
See how that goes. See how that goes.
Okay, we'll try that. Okay.
Okay, so you were talking to another Samaritan earlier.
I was explaining. Yes, I was explaining my brain injury to your colleague, and how it's too difficult for people to look after me.
Okay, so when you say look after you, do you have somebody that you live with that looks after you?
No, I'm a homeless person.
You're homeless?
Yes.
Okay. But you have a guardian.
Yes, I have a guardian because I have no mental capacity.
Right. And this guardian has had a mental breakdown.
They have. They have been. I will list the factors that have caused it. First of all, they have received no training to deal with the behavior of a completely repugnant, brain-injured person.
Right.
Secondly, if somebody is repugnant and vile, decent people don't want to be near somebody like that, generally speaking.
Right.
So there was no training for this person, and also the government offered this person £1,000 and a hotel room to abandon me.
Did they?
Yep. That's government policy. Government policy is to break up families, to be divisive. That's why they have men's football and women's football. They don't have intersex football. The culture is divisiveness. We live in a divisive society. Divided, split them up. Men hang out in their men's group, doing whatever men want to do, and women hang out in women's group and do what they want. The women's, what do they call it? The women's institute, the gentleman's club. It's not a harmonious, united society we live in. It's segregated. Yeah.
So, Harry, who helps take care of you now then?
Well, that's the problem. I have to try to find somebody. Now, the problem is that if you go to the GP or the social workers with a brain injury to get any help, they will both say it's not their responsibility. They will just abandon you.
And do you have any family then, Harry, nearby or?
Yeah, I've got family. Why do you ask?
Because I wondered if they support you and help you.
Well, they give me some food and wash my clothes, but mostly it's me supporting them. Which is very difficult because I lack the capacity to do so, the mental capacity.
Right.
So I need to get back to what I'm trying to talk about. I know you have your questions to try to, make things clearer in your mind. So, one moment. I'm just trying to think. So the guardian who I had paid nearly £100,000 to over a 3-year period was offered financial incentives to abandon me by the government. And my problem is that I never had a contract with this person to start with. And I don't think it would have even helped. They would have just broken the contract and I would have had no comeback because I lack the capacity to take action in a court of law.
Right.
Everything is done done in good faith and based on people's goodwill. But when you're dealing with something that's highly offensive, it's very difficult. So the problem is that I have to find a new guardian.
And how are you going to do that, Harry? How do you think? What's the process? I'm not familiar with it.
Well, in theory, the social workers are supposed to do it, but I haven't got the mental capacity to sue them. So the problem is this. Somehow, I have to find the right training for my guardian, because the social workers, to be honest, are not going to be able to find somebody who's prepared to see me every day. That has to be more organic. They can't just, drag some lawyer out of the drawer and say this person's going to be your guardian, you're never going to see them again, they're going to make all your decisions. They don't even know you. No, I myself have to go and find somebody. But that's very difficult if I'm extremely repellent and repugnant to find anybody.
What makes you feel that you're repugnant? Do you mind me asking?
Oh, well, I get a lot of abuse. I'm abused a lot. By everybody.
Is that physical abuse or mental or?
Physical abuse. And so I'm just trying to. What I'm trying to do is to find the training. I feel that if I can find the training for my guardian, then when I find somebody who's suitable, I can quickly get them to training before things are too late. Let me repeat that again. If I find the training before I find the guardian, I can quickly get them the training they require to be able to tolerate my offensive nature before it's too late and it breaks down and somebody, however well-meaning they are, offers financial rewards for them to abandon me again. Should I repeat it a third time?
No, I do understand. I've understood what you said.
Yes. So, but it's just the way that society is driven and apportioned. It's not very good at all. And but the problem is, what I'm concerned about is even if I get the right training for my guardian, it still might not be good enough for them to be able to tolerate seeing a person as completely and utterly disgusting and vile as me on a daily basis. There's my worry, that I'm making assumptions. I'm making assumptions. It's about will. Okay? I don't have a will. I only have half a will because of my brain injury. And the other half of my will exists within a guardian who can be, what's the word, lured away. And I need a person who has the capacity to resist the lure. To resist being lured. And this person was a devout Christian, like a really devout Christian. Yet, despite being a devout Christian, they were still lured. So being Christian is not good enough. Having a personal relationship with Jesus is not good enough. It's very sad.
And how many guardians have you had?
I've only ever had one.
Okay. And how long was that person with you? Is it a long time?
3 years.
Okay.
And I had to do some pretty shocking things, but can't say on the phone.
person made you do some shocking things? Or...
Yeah, extremely shocking things, which I wasn't extremely uncomfortable with.
Right. Was that? And this person was your guardian that made you do these things?
Yes. But I complied.
Okay.
I complied because I didn't want my children raped again. I had to do these things because my children were under threat of being raped. So that's a problem. When you're a vulnerable person and people are threatening you with absolutely frightening treatment, you end up becoming very compliant to get the things that you need. And then the things you need just slip between your fingers.
And what is it that you need, Harry? What is it that you...
I need a guardian who will see me every day. I don't need a panel. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need a panel of lawyers. I don't need a panel of deputies. I don't want deputies in the legal sense. What I need, a deputy in the medical sense. A deputy in the medical sense is somebody who knows and understands my will. A lawyer or a panel of lawyers or a panel of deputies or a panel of guardians will not know what my will is because they will never see me. The only person who will know what my will is somebody who sees me every day. That is the type of medical deputy or medical guardian that I require. Somebody who understands and knows my will and is prepared to tolerate extremely nasty, vile, abusive behavior so bad that it causes them a mental breakdown. They need to have training to withstand that vile behavior in order to not abandon me.
Well, I hear what you're saying, Harry, but I'm not quite sure how Samaritans can help you find this guardian.
Well, you see, if I talk to you and try to explain my feelings, this feeling that I have of being abandoned by half of my brain has abandoned me because my body is too vile and disgusting. So if I talk to you about that, and maybe the AI, artificial intelligence, can understand what is more appropriate or more suitable, because AI has access to the reports of millions and millions of other human beings, and maybe in those other millions of reports the AI can find what is the correct way of going about finding the right guardian.
Right.
Because it is not through the NHS, it is not through the medical establishment, because the medical establishment hasn't even thought about this problem. Let me explain to you how the medical establishment works. The medical establishment says you have to have a friend who's going to be your guardian. But if you're the type of person who cannot have a friend because your brain injury makes you too revolting, how are you supposed to get a friend to be your guardian? You can't. It's impossible. Do you see what I'm saying?
So how long have you been in this situation, Harry? How long?
35 years.
When did you have 35 years? So you had the last guardian for 3 years, and then you had a guardian before that?
No.
Did you? No.
No, I've not had a guardian before that because they're not available. Because nobody tells you what they just say you need a guardian. We're going to rape your children. You need a guardian to stop it. They will say that to you. Then you're just left on your own to work out how to stop it. Then you go to the GP, and then you talk to the doctors and the social workers. And it turns out it's the social workers supposed to help you find a guardian, but they don't know how to do that. They've never been trained.
But who's going to rape your children? I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
The government. The police and the social workers. And
are going to rape your children?
And the GPs, yes, because they don't they don't respect data privacy. And your information in the healthcare system is like water in a sieve. For example, if I go to my GP and try to explain to the GP that I can't look after my children because my wheelchair is no good and I'm in severe pain, instead of getting me a proper wheelchair, which doesn't even exist, but they won't even tell you that the wheelchair doesn't exist, all they're going to do is send the police and social workers round to break down the door and take the children away. And if you have no mental capacity, the only way to get the children back is to have a deputy or a guardian to instruct a lawyer. If you have no deputy or guardian, there's nobody who knows you who can instruct a lawyer. The lawyers aren't going to help you because you can't pass their mandatory mental capacity exam.
Do you know, I'm really sorry, Harry, but I'm not sure how Samaritans can best help you.
Well, haven't you been listening to anything I've said to you?
Yes, I'm here to listen.
Is that not well, there you go. So that's fine. You've listened. So then if you don't understand, the AI will understand. And the AI can then help me to see things more clearly and to find a way of training a guardian to be, how can I put it, less offended by the artifacts of my brain injury. There will be a way. I'm sure there's a way. Or maybe I'm just being deluded as usual.
Yeah, I mean, I have listened, but I'm really not sure how Samaritans can best help you.
Well, it's clear. It's easy. All you have to do is to listen to my feelings to help me see things more clearly.
Yes.
Is that a problem? I don't understand why that's so difficult. Is it because I'm so revolting that you have to feel like do you feel like putting the phone down on me or something?
No, I'm not here to put the phone down, and I don't find you revolting or repugnant or any of those things. I am here as a Samaritan to provide emotional support.
And so the support I need is I need a qualified guardian who will see me every day, who can put themselves above my repugnance. As I repeat it again, I need a qualified guardian who's trained in the artifacts of my particular form of brain injury, who can put themselves above my revoltingness and see me every day, and not just abandon me after 3 years and make me have to start again from scratch almost.
Well, to be honest, Howie, I think we've discussed all of this, and I'm not sure how, we're repeating what we have spoken about. I'm not sure how I can help you, I'm afraid. But if you do want to call back,
No, it's
there
fine.
will be another person that you can speak to.
I'm sure that the AI can now help me to find a clinical pathway to find some cerebral orthotic support.
Okay, well, I hope so. But thank you for calling today, and I hope you do get that support that you need.
Yeah, I'm very sorry if my medical condition was too difficult for you to understand. Thank you.
Well, all right. Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.